Hi guys, it's Paul again from my art YouTube channel. Okay, so today's tutorial is going to be an orangutan. We're just going to do the head of one. I'm going to do it in some crazy colours as well with pencil crayons. So I quite like drawing primates, so let's see if we can have a go at this one. So we're just going to do the shape of his mouth, okay, or her mouth. I think this is a female actually, this one. I'm going to just go down to about here. Just going to be a sketch this really, just to show you how to do it. So we've got quite a tight little nose. It's a triangular looking nose, okay. This one's going to be really bright. I'm going to do this over 2 or 3 videos actually, because it's going to take some time if we're doing it in pencil crayon, and I want to make it look as good as I can. Okay, so I'm just going to, basically what I'm doing now is I'm just blocking in where the animal's nose is, okay, and I'm going to do some mad colours and dots and all sorts on this later on, okay. I might paint one of these actually. I'm really keen to try and paint more abstract animals really, so not all realistic. Okay, so we've got kind of the basic shape of its face, but it's going to have lots and lots of hair coming off, so I'm just going to just draw in where I want the hair. The lips, very human-like lips, but they're much wider than a human's lips. So I've recently done a gorilla painting, and I've done a chimpanzee recently, but I've not done an orangutan for a long time. So I thought I'd give that a go. Somebody asked me today if I could do an orangutan or orangutan, so thought I'd give it a go anyway. Okay, so we've got that kind of thing, that kind of shape going on with its mouth, and then we've got more hair in this region here, so it goes out wider here, and then we've got the body coming through. So from here we're going to go up, and it's going to go around here, okay, and it's going to go off the, I'm going to take it off the page, so I don't want this quite square, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it mad colours, and then I'm going to put it on my Redbubble art shop. I'm on there as Paul Bembo Art, and yeah, I'm going to hopefully produce a couple of pillows or cushions for my garden for outside. I've just put up a crazy coloured abstract zebra outside, so we're just going to fence this in. It's going to be orange, okay, so we're going to do kind of a square of orange, if you like. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to get my ruler and measure this, okay. So we're going to go, we've got about 15 centimetres there, but it's going to be longer than that, so I'm going to go 20-20, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go 20-20. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take it out to 20 there, straight down the page. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight down 20 and across for 20, okay. And that way I can keep everything inside that square there, okay. Now its eyes, what you now need to realise with an orangutan is its eyes are really quite close together, okay. It's actually got beautiful, really beautiful eyes. So this is quite difficult to do in pencil and pencil crayon when you're on the kind of on the clock. I'd take hours and hours just to get this part right, and I would normally, for an animal like this, I want to get it perfectly correct, I'd normally grid it all out, but I'm not gridding on this one at all. Okay. So we're going to go up. This is the eye itself now. And it's got its lids are quite thick around the animal's eye. Okay. And from here, I'm going to go pretty much straight up, and then we're going to go this kind of shape down, okay, and across to here. All right, and then the eye ball itself is like that. Okay, and we've got that kind of eye going on there. Now, in terms of where we're at here, this is all going to be really dark. Okay, I don't really want it to look realistic. Okay, I want it to be quite funky colours, so I'm quite happy to kind of leave that as it is at the moment. We've got some lines down here and a few lines here, but we need to get the other eye in. Okay, so from here we've got a flash of hair that's quite light. And we've got, what we want to do is here, the eyes have got to be level, okay? So I'm going to take this eye as a starting point. If you put your ruler on now, what you want is the pupil, unless he's looking up, you want the pupil about the same length, at the same height. Okay, so rough measure here, the pupil's going to be about there. Okay, so if I draw the pupil in first, all right, and now I've got the pupil about the right position, I can then build the eye around that. So this has been taken from a reference photograph from a zoo in San Diego, sorry, Munich, not San Diego, in Germany. It's a great close-up photograph. Guy called Tambacco the Jaguar on Flickr, I think he is. So heads up to him. Great photograph this is to use. Turn it into art. Big shout out to him. Okay, so again, I'm building up this ring around his eye now. Big, thick kind of lids he's got. He or she. I think it's a female. Let's keep saying he. Okay, and then on this side we've got the eye that goes in around like this. Okay, and then we've got a little bit of a curve over here, like that. We've got more lines like this. Okay, and that's all as I want to do really at the moment. I'm going to do some matte colours. What I'd like to do is reds and oranges, obviously, but I'm going to start with bright red. Okay, and I'm going to start over here with this. So I'm going to bring in some crazy bright red here. Okay, and I'm just going to do this kind of thing here, where I'm going to leave some white because I want to darken it off later. Okay, but I know exactly where I want this this hair to be This is the kind of lines I'm going to draw. Okay, you don't want to be too neat with this. It isn't very neat hair around orangutan's head, so you can have fun just with drawing lots of lines like this if you want to. Okay, and then underneath is you just carry on with this kind of colour around here. Okay, this kind of mad, crazy, bright, like pillar box red this is. Okay, and you can have the hair going in mainly one direction, top to bottom. Okay, but I'm going to build this colour in as we're going down. Okay, and you'll get the idea of what I'm trying to achieve in a little while. Okay, so oranges now, which is for this beard, bright orange. All right. Now with pencil crayon, I'd normally, if I was doing this with acrylics, I'd do a base grey and black underneath. But we're not doing that. Okay, we're not doing that only because if you darken everything, you can't then lighten things. Okay, so we'll draw this shape. Okay, up to his mouth there. Got a bit of white there, and we've got some greys and things like that. But I'm actually going to go all sorts of blues, I think, on this one. Quite a few blacks maybe in there. I want the basics to look like a orangutan's mouth. Okay. What I'd now probably do, where I've got this kind of colour coming in, I'm going to start thinking about just throwing in some grey now. Okay, so I'm bringing in some grey like this. Now the grey is really quite grey. It's quite dark. Okay. And this is going through the orange now. Alright, back to the pencil for a little minute, and probably a bit of black pen, or black pencil crayon, shall we say. We'll go just underneath the mouth. Okay, just underneath that mouth, nice and dark. Alright, and we want some blues. I think I'm gonna go darkish blue and a bit of grey in the in his facial area here. So I'm gonna go with a light, kind of lightish blue. Okay, across his face here. This is the kind of thing that I would just be sketching it at home in the evenings and just messing about with colour really to see what it looks like. Now I'm going to carry on with this blue, but I'm going to start putting some pencil into this as well. Okay, so I'm going to just do a little bit of pencil work in this area, in his nostril. Okay, a little bit of pencil work here, just to get a bit of a darker effect there, and then we've got a bit darker under here and a little bit darker here. Okay, so now you can see where the nose is coming together really with that pencil, and I'm just going to bring in a few lines like this. Okay, so we've got The main kind of ideas here, but it's going to take a long time to make it look decent. Okay, so just take your time with it. You can build up the shades, you can build up the colour. This eyelid is quite light, it's got a couple of lines down it that makes it darker, but we've got a much darker section under here. Okay, and it's darker around the back edge of this here. So we're now just working in this pencil, colouring this in with your pencil. Okay, and we're going darker in on the inside of this here. Okay, so now hopefully you can start to see that we're building up a bit of a picture here of this creature. What I want to try and do is we're going to bring a darker line through here. Alright, and it's going to go right across. It goes thicker towards the middle of his her lip. I keep saying her lip. Okay, we've got all sorts of lines going on like this. Okay, now what you could do is you could start building in this grey here, and what I do with this is a silvery grey. Okay, so I'm going to just drop in some lighter silvery grey pencil crayon, and I'm just going to go to town with the kind of lines like this. I'm not colouring it all, and I do want some of the white showing through because this is quite an old female, and she's got quite a lot of grey fur. So if I'm using white, I can use that white paper. I can use that white to suggest that she's grey. Okay. Again, this area here is going to be darker, so I'm just pressing down on my pencil a little bit here. Okay, and try and bring in some of these lines like this, going into this direction. Okay, to follow this hair here. All right, bringing some of the grey through here as well. All right, and then we're going to be breaking up a mouth with lines like this. That's it. Okay, so we're building this nicely now. I'm going to go to a darker red, okay, like a maroony colour, and we're going to start building in this darker picture. Okay, again, same as what I've done before, but you can notice the difference in the colour now. Okay, and we're even going to see this is a really good colour. I'm liking this one. It gives us a really nice effect with the lighter, the lighter behind it. What I don't want you to do is to colour it all in. You want to see some of that light because I'm going to colour it in darker later. Okay. So we're just doing this kind of stringy, isn't it, really? And I'm gonna bring some of this darker through here as well. All right, and you'll see later on what I mean, why I'm doing that. This is kind of the arm, I think. Now I'm going outside the square here. It doesn't really matter that I'm going outside this square. Back to orange for a little while, and we're going to bring in some orange flecks through here. Okay. And then back to the bright red. Now I haven't done any dark yet, but I'm going to really darken this bottom section up. Okay, so it's going to be much darker here. Okay, and a little bit darker through this, but I want you to be nice and loose with your pencil. Okay, nice and loose with that pencil. bringing some of these dark lines in now. Okay, much darker here. All right, much darker in this area here with that pencil crayon. Okay, so we'll start working that in now, and we're going to flash a little bit more blue through. Okay, and it's building up nicely. It's going to take a long time to do this, but I will come back later and show you how I've been getting on. Okay, we're going to bring some pencil in as well. Okay, a little bit of grey to mix up the medium or media. Bit more grey in here. Okay. But I want it messy. Okay. Really want it messy. So what I'm going to go back to a little bit is the darker. I'm going to have a lighter edge here. Lighter edge, and this is going to be much darker around here. Okay, dark around his eye. Darker through this area. So it's a mixture of pencil and crazy colour, isn't it? And you know, I want to just focus on this. I'm going to break all this black up. The black's not going to be looking like that at the end. Okay. I'm just going to break all that black down. I might even rub some of that black out in a little while, just to give you a little bit of light coming through. We've got some hair, some dark bits here. Okay. And the top of the head is quite light. Okay, so if you can see here now, if I just cross hatch this, okay, we're going to get a little bit more fur in this area here. Darker patch here. But I want it to look like a sketch. I don't want it to look like photorealistic. I want it to be quite cool and just relaxed, really, colour-wise. Bright orange down this edge here. Okay, really go to town with how dark you're doing that orange line there. And then here, you're doing much more orange across the top there. So just by putting that edge on, it's brought that character out in the orangutan, I think. Just got that edge there, which is great. Leaving a little bit of white here, so I'm just going to continue with this edge here. It's continuing. Okay, and we've got this kind of thing there. So this tiny section here is going to be left as it is, left white. Okay. What we need to do is darken this lip up. Underneath here needs to be really quite dark. Okay, so I'm going to shade it grey first. And the top lip is much darker in places than the bottom lip. Okay, and the bottom lip is it's got lots of lines on it. It's darker in that area there. So we've got to bring that nose forward. So we're going to darken that section off completely. And then this is going to be much darker. I'm going to change pencils in a little while, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to post, I think I'm going to post this video first, and then over the next couple of nights I'm just going to build on this picture and build this animal up, okay? And crazy, I mean, you could go to town with crazy colours. You know, you could have splashes of all sorts of colour in here. A little bit of blue like this, like turquoisey colour. You can just go to town with your colours really. Massive colour palette. Different red again. Different red on this side here. Okay, over the black. So the black isn't just a big block of black. A little bit of red through this beard here, but not too much. And then some more red through this section here. All right, and it's really coming together now. This, you've got to make sure that under here we've got much darker under his chin, much darker. So I'm going to go, for now I'm going to go grey. Going to go grey under here. All right, grey under here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to show you in another video how I'm getting on. Okay, do you take care, guys.